expensive. Ah!
No one can help my situation. I can't fix my situation.
Dream, dream, dream. We have been dreaming, more so Africans, black people from Africa have been dreaming about going to America and making it big. It's called American Dream.
Work and you 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 work and it's just to pay off like...
American Dream is a culture concept rooted in the idea that anyone, regardless of their background, can achieve success, prosperity, and upwards social mobility through hard work, determination, and opportunity. It is closely associated with values like freedom, equality, and the pursuit of happiness as articulated in foundation US documents like the Declaration of Independence. Historically, the American dream has included economic stability, like owning a home, achieving financial security, and providing a better life for one's family. Social mobility, the belief that people can rise from humble beginnings through hard work and talent. Another thing is freedom and rights, the idea that everyone has equal rights and opportunities to succeed. That is the American dream. But now we are seeing like American dream is dreaming itself.
Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why?
Indonesia, Thailand, Ecuador, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia. The cost of living in these countries is less than $1,000. You can probably get it to $200 to $300 for a month.
I hope you are doing good wherever you're watching from. Welcome to my YouTube space. I am the Kenyan Beast. In today's video, I'm going to react on these clips where there are some white people or white Americans that are crying because of the economy is failing in the USA. Instability, insecurity, and everything. Let's watch these videos and then we go react on it.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. Ah! I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all four brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. Ah! And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate. And I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event and now I'm going to be all puffy. I'm just... Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting.
So many people want to move from the United States. I've been getting direct messages every single day. I moved from the United States a couple of months ago with my entire family to Eastern Europe, Northern Europe. And here's the 5 top reasons why we left the United States. Number 1, access to good food, healthy, organic food at half the price. In the United States, there's many foods that you have that are actually banned in Europe. Second, healthcare. It's 3 times cheaper to get healthcare here. You can get a full panel of blood work for 100 euros. A professional private clinic is 50 euros per visit, a private one. And you can actually get one for probably for 10 or even free if you get in line. Third, childcare. It's absolutely unreasonable for mothers to bear children, give birth to children, and then get taxed at 50% of their income to pay for daycare. Daycare should be free. Hence, it's literally almost free in Europe. You get almost a year maternity leave. In the United States, you get 0 maternity leave. So the entire industry of childcare is like a business in the United States rather than a human right. Socially, people are way less divided than they are in the United States. In the United States, the moment you're red or blue, you just got to read the room, which room you walk in. Otherwise, you get attacked and all the other things. Last but not least, the politics. The politics in the United States shows us that trajectory for the next 10 years is not up. It's actually a slow degrade for the last 10 years, and it's not hard to do the math and look, the next 10 years is going to be.
I've been unable to stop crying for the past several days. I don't know if it was my son's hospitalization or what's going on. I just feel really, really depressed. I always feel depressed, but sometimes I can't numb myself. It's hard to come home. My house is all torn up from the mold. There's leaks in it, and I can't afford to fix it. I just feel like nothing ever goes my way. I don't know how to keep pushing. I feel like I get denied help at every corner, every turn. All I want to do is get better, and I need my son in a facility so that I can get better. And I can't get him in a facility no matter what I try. I just don't know what to do anymore. No one has answers for me. No one can help my situation. I can't fix my situation. How do you keep pushing when you have nothing left? How do I keep being what my sons need me to be when I have nothing left? I know I'm a talented person. I know I have a lot of things to offer the world, and I just can't do it. I'm just so stuck. My heart hurts so much. It's breaking. It breaks for all the people in a situation like mine. It breaks for all the people who struggle to survive and just can't. I mourn for all the human lives that just their society or culture or whoever's around them just doesn't value their life. I hate that some people's lives get valued more than others. I've always felt really deeply like, I remember when I was 6 years old, watching a woman talk about a racial issue, and I didn't understand it. I'll have to tell the whole story sometime. It's something I'm not really ready to talk about, my past and how I grew up. But I just remember hearing what she had to say, and it didn't make any sense to me, and it hurt my soul. Like, I was crying. I can't watch someone in pain and not feel it in every cell of my body. I don't know why I'm that way. I'm extremely sensitive. And I'm the one experiencing the suffering, and so many people have helped, and it's like still not enough, and I don't feel like I can keep asking people for help. It's hard for me to watch people have fun when I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the next hour. And this has been so many years now. It's like so many years and I just don't have any fight left. Yesterday, I broke down in front of my son and I'm so mad at myself. I can't hold it together all the time. I just feel so alone. And I feel like I have no power. I don't know what else can go wrong. Like, I can't afford to fix my house. I think I need to sell it. But then I lose my only monthly income. I don't know. It's just like I'll lose all my wealth. People have to lose it all the time. I get it. I'm not the only one. It's just I tried so hard to like keep it because it was the one thing I had that I built when I had health. I don't want to lose everything that I built when I could. It's not gonna sustain me for the rest of my life if I lose it. I hope that I can turn a corner mentally and get some more fight left because there's going to be several months before I can even begin to have someone look at my son's case and decide whether or not he needs residential. I have to be able to survive that. I know I'm getting depressed.
I am so tired of feeling helpless as a parent. Yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Worked for me, why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed, all right? And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled. But there's a difference between struggling and drowning, all right? So we struggled and it was tough, but you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point. All right. When I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour and I could afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making six-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college, maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I tell him, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paying double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she's already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot in the beginning. That's an extra $200 you've been paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
In today's economy, do you think a couple that brings home $100,000 is enough to support a small family of like 3 to 4 people? I asked this because I made a post yesterday about how Americans are really struggling, and it was really sad and eye-opening to me to see the amount of people who said, I make 6 figures now, yet we're still struggling. And I don't mean is it enough to buy like luxuries. I just mean is $100,000 enough to live comfortably without having to live paycheck to paycheck. I remember like 12 years ago, my mom told me about this couple I knew who were making like a combined salary of $110,000. And at that point in my life, 20s, I'm thinking, what a dream, what a goal it was for me to be able to say one day that my husband and I were making like $110,000. And now here I am in 2023, and I'm like, it's not the dream life anymore. Like if someone would have told me my husband and I would be making what we're making and still having to cut back on necessities, I would have been like, you have to be kidding me. Like we didn't even go on a vacation this year because the last thing I'm going to do is put a vacation on a credit card, but we didn't have extra money to bring our kids on a vacation, and we both have good jobs. So if you think $100,000 is enough, I'm curious, what's your location? Do you not have children? Like why do you think it's enough? Because I'm telling you from yesterday's post on here, the comments say different, and the comments say that a majority of Americans are really, really struggling, and I mean hardworking Americans. So
I'm this close to spending that last $400 on a one-way ticket.
Yes. Book a one-way ticket out of the US if you are trying to save money. I think all of us can agree that it has become ridiculously expensive to live in the US. Many of us are living paycheck to paycheck and just continuing to accrue debt. And honestly, the only way that I saw out was to sell my house and to move to Bali. And if you don't have a house to sell, that's okay. Take what money that you have in savings and book a one-way ticket to an affordable country like Indonesia, Thailand, Ecuador, Colombia, Vietnam, Cambodia. The cost of living in these countries is less than $1,000. You can probably get it to $200 to $300 for a month. You can stay in hostels. You can house sit for people and have your accommodation completely calm. You can pet sit as well. But slaving in America is not it anymore. We are not the land of the free. We are the land of the slaves. We are common day slaves. All we do is work, eat, sleep, repeat. So if you're sick of struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, the only way that I see out is to leave the US indefinitely and take it from somebody who has already done so last year. Life is so much better abroad.
If you don't like the US, if you don't like the direction that it's headed in, pack your bag and leave. It's the morning after the US election. I'm in the airport, as you can see, and this is your sign. You can just leave. I did it 2 years ago. I live in the UK now, and there's so many options. I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, I can't leave the US. I'm a broke college student. First of all, it's so easy to get a student visa in other countries, and you'll probably pay the same, if not less, to get a higher education. If you want to get a job abroad, I would ask ChatGPT to help you find something that aligns with what you're looking for, because there are so many great countries out there. I do highly recommend an English-speaking country. I think part of the reason moving to the UK has been so easy for me is because they obviously speak English. Just something to consider. But anyway, if I can do it, you can do it. Like literally, get on a plane. You'll never look back. And if you're worried about your friends and family, it's so easy to go see them. The world is actually really small. You don't realize that in America. It is. So just leave. Like literally, your life is not over. Promise.
White Americans, they are literally crying. They are shedding tears because of what is happening in USA. We know America is a land of milk and honey, according to what is being portrayed. It was portrayed since when I was a child up to now. America is being said to be a land of milk and honey. And okay, nobody is it's against that, because I've seen people going from Africa going to America and they are making it. But the life in America, the dream that America had of making everyone to be rich just from humble background is getting too tough every day, because the economy is going backwards, the insecurity is going backwards, the social mobility is going backwards. Everyone is crying, and it's not on the black people only. Everyone in America is crying because of the situation that's going on. The video I've showed you is people from America literally crying because they have to work a lot of hours so that they can achieve some things. You know, the ancestors of America, the white ancestors back then, they get their wealth. We cannot say easy way, because some of them, they had to fight so that they can take that wealth, but they got this wealth, a lot of it, and America has been on the back of generational wealth. But right now, it's like the whites or the rich white in America are the only one who are getting better and better every day, because it's being said that some few or some families are just running the USA, and everyone is going through a lot. Now, as black people, they have been suffering like this every time. Like for so long, they have been suffering and they have been talking about it. But the white people thought it's a joke, because that time they were getting it easy. Life was easy. You know, they were enjoying. But when there is a change in government and everything that's going on, and again, the falling of empires, it's an impact to America, because empires do fall. Empires do fall, and America is on the verge of falling. We have some countries that are coming up, like China, Russia, and they are coming and they are giving America a hard time. You can tell even the influence in Africa, like European countries are losing interest in Africa, or they are losing their place in Africa. BRICS is taking over. Russia, China, Brazil, it's taking over Africa. Now, China has been so deep in Africa. And I think this failing or this falling of American dream is because African people have started to wake up. And America is growing because of the Africans' resources, because of the Africa resources. France is growing because of the Africa resources. So once that channel is being cut, a lot of things will happen. One, the economy will go down. Two, every security, social health, things will go down because the money is not flowing as it was. America was a dream of everyone. I may say maybe it is still a dream of everyone. Chinese, Indians, Thailands, everyone want to go to America and make it big. When you have a friend or a relative back here home in Africa, in Kenya, and you hear that he has gone to America or she has gone to America, automatically you know that this guy is making big. But you just check house rent alone, studio like house, $2,000. Do you know when you give me $2,000 here in Kenya, I can pay my rent for not even 1 year? Because if I'm paying my rent, for example, $70 divided by 2,000, at least I can pay my house in town in Nairobi, Kenya for so long. So the dream of America needs you to work extra hard. Needs you to work extra hard so that you can achieve that dream. A day has 24 hours. You work 3 different jobs or 4 different jobs. You will get yourself working for even more than 12, 13, 14, 15 hours so that you can live that dream. America, as the way I've listened to these videos, the way I have been told, is not for the weak heart. It's not for the weak heart. So, all Africans, black people who are here, Kenyans more so, who you are watching this video, you have to know the job you are doing here. One job is giving you that money, like you are being paid $200 per month. I know a lot of Kenyans are being paid $200 per month. For you You have to work extra so that you can live to that dream of America. Because when you are in America, that 200 is not enough. It's not enough to pay your rent. You are getting that 200 per day, and maybe in America, the cheapest rent you can pay, maybe it's 800 down in the suburbs, $800. So you need to work extra hard. So this dream, American dream, it is shattered. The American dream, it was there. But right now, because of things that are changing, politics is changing in America. It is losing its power. The dollar is failing. It's not getting the resources like they used to get. They are not colonizing anymore. So the dream is going to the thorns. And that's why you find anyone, whenever he get a chance to move away from America, he just gets away and move to another Europe country. So this goes to all black people. You need to watch this video, more so from Africa. Those who are thinking that the dream of America, you go there, you make big, you come back. For you to make that big, you need to work hard. So if you are lazy, you cannot make it. If you are lazy, you cannot make it. You will just be dreaming about having good cars, dreaming about, this life. Let someone not lie to you that whenever you have that passport, you are going to the US, that you have already made it. You can make it while you are here in Kenya. The hard work you need to go and put there, you can put the same hard work here. And that's why we need good governments. That's why we need good governments so that they can make a better life for the people of Africa, so that to avoid all these dramas, going far away from your home, go and to make a living maybe in the USA. And when you are there, you are going through a lot. The people back home, they don't know what you are going through. People back home, they are just calling you. Yeah, Kenyan Beast, just put something. Okay, I cannot go there, so they can't call me. But you see how we are being called when you are in Nairobi. The village people, they are in your back. They know in Nairobi you have made it. So what if they know you are in the United States of America? They don't know how much you're suffering, how much it's hard to get that grocery, how much it's hard to make that rent, And American dream was everyone to own a house, to raise from humble background, own a house, live a good life, have a car, like just living good life. That was the dream of America, have freedom and the rights. But right now, there are streets in the United States of America. They are dangerous streets. So the dream itself is having a lot of ish. What we need to do as black people, let's make our countries in Africa happy. Let's channel this energy that we have to channel to put in our countries, take leadership positions so that we can change things. We can change the economy. A lot of African countries, they are mining, they are doing, they have a lot of resources. You can use these resources to make it big in your country. You can channel that hard work to make it big in your country and to help your country people. But I think the American dream, a black person, African, whenever you go there, is just surrounding under, because you need to live good, because your friends are living good. So whenever you see that, you are working hard to live like them. All in all, make America great again. MAGA, I don't know if Donald Trump will make America great again, but what I know is that the empire is falling. And it's time white Americans need to wake up, need to know what black people are going through. You don't need to ignore this. It's a wake-up call, and that's why we are doing these videos. A wake-up call for everyone of every race, black person, white person, Asian, mixed. It's a wake-up call that if you get a chance to move away from America, do it. If you get a chance to make it big in America, just make it big and know that the empire is falling. You see, right now I've seen a lot of some people, Americans are starting crying about how they chose Donald Trump, they are regretting. I don't want to go deep into that because I don't know the politics of America. But generally, I'm telling the black people that you need to wake up. You need to stop thinking about the dreams of America, green card. You just want to run away from your country whenever you get a chance. I get that passport and go away. We have a lot of countries to go away, go and work there. But it's not bad to go away and work in another country. But it's okay to invest in your country, because when the empire falls, you come back to your country. I don't know what you say about this video, but the American dream, it's dreaming itself. What do you say? Tell me in the comment section. Until next episode, peace be with you.